beautiful day here in the United States of America as the sun is finally up. I'm Nathanius, joined by Colt Taryn, and we are here to talk to you about video games and the people who play them for money. Can you believe that? What a weird thought.
Yeah, right? What a weird world we live in. But it's a great world.
Yeah, and it's a good world. You know, but sometimes it just drives me crazy. I was out getting a drink with my friend Kevin Vanderkoy yesterday, and I saw a video game on TV.
Excuse me?
Yeah, they were showing video game. I just
Surely you must be imagining things.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I must be. One thing I'm not imagining, though, is more NA StarCraft coming your way. That's right. You know you guys have been waiting pretty much the entire day for this epic showdown. It's going to be Rob versus MCanning. Now, tell me, why does the winner of this match go straight to the GSL Finals?
You know, I think the honest reason is because it wouldn't be fair to the Koreans. You know,
fair enough.
If you let MCanning loose in Korea, I mean, we've seen what he does on the ladder. Just absolutely dominates it.
That's true.
Just wouldn't be right. So now that's why we have these limiters in the form of Rob or in his future. You know, having to beat him, having to keep him in his place.
That's right. He has to be kept in check. Otherwise, the time police will come from the future for him.
Exactly.
If he makes his presence too known, it's very dangerous. This match is going to start on Kings Cove. You're watching the World Championship Series. This is Group A. So I know some of you guys have been having a really, really fun time. People in chat, y'all being good sports. We love you. We've got 3 more days of this, all in a row. So up till Sunday, you're gonna have plenty of StarCraft to watch. You got to get up early for the good European stuff. But if you wake up a little bit late, or you're just in the mood for something filthy, we'll be bringing you plenty of NA in the afternoon as well. In the bottom right, our first player spawning is a Red Protoss player. He is Rob.
Facing off against the guy with the best hype video in the world, he's Chivo's MCanning.
The Dark Monolith Nexus. That Nexus reminds me of some of those like gaming branded internet routers where they're like, yeah, you know, having more antennas naturally helps to a degree, but some of them just look like sacrificial altars.
Right.
I'm just waiting for some, router company to just release the Tal'Darim Nexus as an internet router. And I would buy it.
I would buy it too. Absolutely, yeah. Like you say that as a joke, and I would happily spend my money on it.
Yeah. You might as well just go all out and stop making it look like one of them and just make one of them.
Right. Like if we add an actual sacrifice into one of the routers, I mean, how is that not gonna improve things? It's great.
I think there are plenty of nerds who would like let it take a blood sample in order to get like a better ping or something.
if you give
I
your
would.
blood, absolutely.
Hey man, if you told me I'd only play US West if I just tap my thumb against it every hour, you better believe I'm there. I am there.
Definitely. At the very least, just not having to play on Australia anymore. Oh man.
All right. Well, it's PvP, so nothing happens until the cybernetics core is done. Both players are going to scout each other. MCanning going for the spray. Now, is Rob going to spray? No. He still has the charge on his probe. And I have to tell you, I'm disappointed.
I agree. Wasted potential with that probe.
Yeah. He moves it back into the main. He has another opportunity to drop. Oh, he does!
Oh.
He puts the Kappa down next to the cyber core.
You love it. Love to see it.
You love, exactly. Just as a reminder, if you haven't already in our StarCraft chat done it, golden Kappa check, please. Please,
yes.
You never know if you get the golden Kappa.
It could be you.
It could be you today, and then you can brag about it to absolutely nobody for the rest of your life.
You can get like 20 upvotes on r/Twitch. That's great.
There you go. There you go. So it's a Stargate from MCanning. Rob is just continuing to build stalkers.
Yeah, and it's going to be the double adept follow-up coming out from MCanning, so a lot of harassment potential for him as this game starts to open up. Those first stalkers spreading around here, looking for anything crazy going on.
I wonder if he's like wants to shade the adepts into the natural and then Oracle in the main. There's a few different ways to go about it.
Yeah, lots of options here. The Nexus comes down for both as well, and there go the adepts making their way across with that hallucination as well. So MCanning going to be in full knowledge of what's going on so far. Is that Robo Facility going to be the call for Rob?
Yeah. So in the Rob versus Estrella series, we got to see a bit of disruptor action, of course. PvP is a matchup where disruptors are probably the most valuable because all of the units that Protoss has are more valuable. So landing those juicy disruptor shots is way more impactful. And Protoss units don't have stim or medivacs, so sometimes they're not as good at being able to dodge those disruptor shots.
Yep.
And I fully expect in this best of 3, if the games do not end super fast, for MCanning to get some sick disruptor shots off.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee when you have this guy in a best of 3. The Adepts get into the main base. That could be huge. Meanwhile, having to deal with the Stalkers, though.
Not shoot the pylon.
Okay.
Not shoot the pipe. No.
Click the probes. All right.
There you go.
Clicking the probes. Good work.
And another one. Another one.
Oh.
No.
Oh. Another
Another
one.
one.
All right.
6 probes is pretty
That's not bad.
good, but there's some units on the other side of the field he's got to deal with.
Yeah, still applying a lot of pressure here. That Nexus taking some hits, but we'll go up fine. So a nice start for MCanning. 28 to 24.
Oh,
that
the Oracle too. Oh, he wants to stasis ward. Pug. Ooh, wow.
Ooh.
Catches a few on the return.
Not too shabby.
So that's, what is that, 4 probes that he caught? So technically he's got like a 10-worker lead for another 15 seconds or however long that ability lasts.
Yeah, very nice stuff here. Is 3 sentries at the front for Rob. I mean, I guess it can allow him a lot of hallucination.
Oh, and he still has energy on his
Goodness.
taser in the main. Takes out 3 probes and 5 workers killed.
And
by
stays
M.
alive.
Can this man be stopped?
Apparently not. Not by Rob so far. My goodness. Great start for the North American hope in
Great start
MCanning.
for the Can fam.
The Can man himself.
Drops 3 shield batteries. He's like, well, how could I possibly die? My opponent does some crazy counter all-in attack. All right, well, I'm just going to build batteries and try to lock everything down, because that's exactly what it's going to be. Is it's going to be a large counter attack from Rob.
Yeah.
And he's got some force fields available. He's got some sentries.
Really intelligent setup by MCanning here. I mean, Rob has no business pushing up this ramp, but there he goes. Marching straight into this. The shield batteries are done. Oracle not quite a ton of energy here. Those 3 sentries on the right-hand side can be so important, but late to this fight as the Stalkers start to fall. Pushing forward by Rob. 2 of them still zoned at the top.
3 shield batteries was a perfect number. There's still a lot of units here for Rob, but doesn't matter.
I don't even know that he had to pull probes there. Just doing it for style points.
Do it for the lulz. Rob's been chrono boosting probes back home, but now he doesn't have units. It's 4 Stalkers and 2 sentries. Meanwhile, MCanning's gotten Immortal. Immortal number 2 is coming out.
Yeah, this is, you know, Rob at this point really just trying to keep this army here.
Wow,
more than anything. Phenomenal force fields there. The Revelation sees everything going on in the main base as well. MCanning just completely on top of things right now, dropping a Forge behind this. Twilight Council of his own. I'm sure it's
the Robo Bay is just starting. He sees barely anything here, and he also saw that the Nexus is being chronoed. I think if you're MCanning, I think you can almost just A-move across here.
I think so. I think if you're at the point where you can sit an Oracle above a mineral line and just laugh at them for a second, I think...
But instead he's going to build another Stargate. Do you think he wants to style on him?
That is what it appears. It appears MCanning is going for the style points. He wants those Nation Wars votes by any means necessary.
That must be it. He's getting a Twilight and a second Stargate. So he's decided that instead of trying to kill him before he gets Disruptors, he's just going to get a bunch of Phoenix so that he can nullify the Disruptors, and maybe then he'll make a move out when he's at like 5 Phoenix. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so long as he can keep it, so long as he has enough Phoenixes to take on the Disruptors, I feel like you're exactly right. Yeah, he just march across the map, and he could march across the map now too.
Yeah. He really just doesn't. Rob really doesn't have anything. Like he's looking to use the Disruptors as a comeback mechanic, but other than that, there's just not.
Yeah, exactly. And like a third base about to come up from MCanning now. At any moment, he's about to have Archons as well. I mean, all the tools that you would want in the Protoss point in this game. I mean, MCanning is in a phenomenal spot. Yeah, I'm really worried for Rob here.
It's just what we expect out of MCanning now. It's just, you know, dripping in glistening success sweat. It's just what he does.
It just comes naturally to him. Like
it just comes naturally.
He honestly could be playing with one hand. We wouldn't tell.
Do we even know that he's not just playing with his hand? He's probably just like reclined in his gamer chair.
Oh, absolutely.
And he might just be on like 1 foot on the keyboard, 1 foot on the mouse.
He's just full relaxation mode right now.
Yeah. He's probably got a banjo in his hands, playing, of course, the national anthem.
Of course. What else?
It's just practicing for the Nation Wars interview, honestly.
Oh, man.
I hope he plays us a good tune. That's what I want.
That's what I want as well. I want MCanning to like host a country night. I want like BlizzCon or something. Just be the music.
We go do some line dancing.
Oh yes.
I'm game, 100%. So these Stalkers are going to poke up. and I do not expect them to do anything. But let's see. Let's see what he can do.
They're sure going to try.
Snipes the Stalker and blinks back. Okay, cool.
All right. Smooth moves by Rob.
It is something.
But it's still not a lot. Still in trouble here. And yeah, the game's just going to kind of stay stable. The Stalker's moving back in, snipe a pylon.
I was going to say, the one thing that has, I mean, MCanning gave Rob a lot of time. He definitely gave him a lot of time to do whatever he wanted to do here. But he's got that anchor of the army he started with. Is he getting a third Stargate? MCanning.
That it does appear to be a third Stargate.
Wait,
second Stargate.
No, he canceled the second Stargate because he opened this game with a Stargate and he started a second one, and I guess he canceled it and we didn't see that.
Okay.
But now he decided again to go back in a double Stargate. I was confused. I actually thought he let the second one.
I thought he did too. I would have bet money on it. But
all right. Well,
okay.
I mean,
Stalkers.
I think you just kill him now.
Yeah.
This kills the Protoss. Are you trying to recall the lifted units?
Oh, that's sick. Got him out. Yeah, no, this is a slow motion death of a Protoss player. There is a Dark Shrine on the way. There's not a lot of detection, just the Oracle and one Observer right now for MCanning. So there is potential there for Rob.
Everything's on the Disruptors. Like that's where this game is right now. Also very weird the way he's walling this off because Disruptors are not very good when they are walled in. But I guess we'll see. No! But
Finish it.
Yeah. Finish him.
Do it. All right.
There we go. So Rob is going to try and throw the DT Hail Mary down the field. There is a cannon though, and a whole Protoss army with an Observer.
Yeah, a little bit of a poor angle to come in at.
Yeah, and that's not where you want to send 4 Dark Templar. I think he's going to go 2 to the natural. Oh my god, but the move out. No. He does barely miss it.
Oh, Worker's going down to the Phoenixes as well. Loses 1. Oh, might 2. Okay.
All right, let's see
Dark
it.
Templar.
Oh my god,
that is so
he
massive.
got every single probe. All right, there's a cannon here, and he warps in Zealots in front of the cannon to stop the DT from trying to snipe it.
This has to be so frustrating for Rob right now.
MCanning. Can he be stopped? That's the question. Everything's coming up aces right now.
It really is. I mean, +2 about to be finishing up here. That's the power spike you're looking for with this composition. He's got a good Archon count. He's adding on more Zealots, adding on more Archons as well. That Phoenix count continues to skyrocket as well. Feels like it's just a matter of time here. Man, it feels like it kind of has been for the past 2 minutes, right? I mean, MCanning's just in such a good spot.
I mean, there's still a chance, right? That's why Rob is doing this army composition. His hope is the Phoenix don't get to them because the Stalkers zone them away. And he's picked off a couple random Phoenix here and there, so, that's not the craziest thing. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Really?
Wow. Okay. Great stuff for Rob.
Okay. I'm tilted watching that happen. All right, here we go. Round 2. No warping.
Yep. Cannon going to get targeted down. Main army is pretty close, however. Might be able to stop him from getting up into the main, and will eventually. Loses a few workers for it.
He lifts the probe. I think he was trying to lift the DT there, unfortunately. But he's got a cannon in the main and in the third, with more support.
Yeah, really great defense of those Dark Templars so far by MCanning. As +1 armor and that +3 weapons on the way, Rob has been able to close that upgrade gap throughout all of this. MCanning had a much faster +1, but then lagging on the +2 gave that window for Rob to come back. And in that regard, charge about to be finished up for Rob as well. I mean, he's slowly but surely getting the upgrades and everything that he needs to potentially win a fight here. As you've said, Stalkers, if they're able to keep those Phoenixes zoned and if the Disruptors are able to actually get their shots off and connect, absolutely still doable for Rob.
Yep, we've got the stasis wards going out in front of the catch. That's the thing about PvP. Like, Mass Stalker is not a good army. It doesn't beat any real army like Charged Lot and Mortal Archon. It doesn't beat it. But if you can buffer just enough, and this is just funny because MCanning's not the guy with Disruptors, it just feels weird. Honestly, it's like if you fight like the water type gym leader and you're like, I'm gonna beat him with water Pokemon. Like, that's my jam, I'm just gonna build like 6 Squirtles in my party to kill this guy. I'm like, do you really think using MCanning's strongest power against him is what's gonna do it? Maybe, because if he does land, what is it? If he lands 6 Disruptor shots across this army, Rob will win this game.
Absolutely.
But 17 Phoenix are going to make it really hard to do that.
Okay.
15 Phoenix.
Man, yeah, it's a great pickoff for Rob, moving through the center of the map. He's just still not able to not able to apply pressure back the other side, right? He's just still been responding to these Phoenixes. The Oracle keeping things tagged down here for MCanning as well. And yeah, these guys are just going to continue sitting back, kind of getting the compositions they want. Armor upgrade in favor of Rob now. Shouldn't make a huge difference, but will continue to compound as the game goes on.
All right.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, really, this is just going to come down to a big fight. There has to be a big fight where the Stalkers try to protect against the Phoenix. And actually, with this choke point, some of these units are going to struggle a bit, too. But
yeah, Guardian Shield's going up. The Stalkers continue to move forward here.
MCanning wants to fight in the open with this army. His units don't have a whole lot of range, especially the, you know, like, is he even got, he's got charge, but he only has...
Yeah, not a ton of zealots with this.
There's like some with there's a good amount with the army, but there's some splintered off in a few other places, I think.
There are a few like patrolling around the map at the top. Ooh, a few of those Stalkers get caught by that stasis.
That's a really good stasis. You still don't want to fight in this choke if you're MCanning.
Big zealot run by at the third as well. Fourth.
This is a really good call. That's the best move to make, I think, in this situation. Because like the fourth base is under attack, but as he goes down that ramp, it gets a whole lot easier. Now he's going to push it. There we go. Phoenix got to grab the disruptors, and he does. None of the disruptors are able to shoot.
Beautiful.
So the Immortals and the Archons are going to plow through this. There's a big Zealot warp in to help kill the Stalkers.
Ooh,
and the simple fact of the matter is Stalkers are just not the great... it's just not like an army that you can reliably hold as the everything force. MCanning is double pumping out Immortals behind this, and as long as he continues to build stuff that isn't Stalkers, should be okay. Yeah, the Immortals blow so much of this down, and all the Phoenix survive this. He's got 13 Phoenix as well, so nothing can get away.
This is massive. I mean, Rob was able to almost clear out everything on the ground, even through only, I think, one disruptor actually connecting with its shot. But now in an even tougher position as the Zealots start to get on top of everything.
Good disruptor shot there.
Yeah, nice shot. And as you said, with that double Immortal production, it's just going to make this primarily, Stalker-heavy army have such a harder time fighting against this. Also going to mean it's a slower army, though, as the Immortal count continues. So still that potential for the Disruptors to just win this game if the Phoenixes somehow get dealt with by Rob.
Yeah. So what's interesting here is he still hasn't really made like any transition in terms of like what he's going for. The fact that he kept the Phoenix from the first fight is really the worst part. Like he didn't lose the Phoenix, so he can still just deny the Disruptors, and it's going to be Immortal Charge Lot Archon against Mass Stalker. Spoiler alert: Immortal Charge Lot Archon wins.
Yeah,
MCanning still has the fourth base too. That's the other huge thing is there's the money is going to run out for Rob. Like he's already broke, but his ability to even make money is about to be gone too.
Yeah, and like MCanning definitely overstaying a bit now. Loses that Archon on the retreat. It's gonna maybe lose another unit or two if these Wing Stalkers get fortunate.
This reminds me of watching Rotterdam stream, a double Immortal, double Phoenix, just the Protoss mech. GG, MCanning, able to pick up the first map here. Very well done against Rob, and that is exactly the type of play that we expect out of MCanning. Just America's sweetheart.
Yeah, America's sweet and stable sweetheart. Just staying steady there. Some good, perhaps waiting a little much too long. Definitely could have ended that game sooner, but it would have been.
I think he was just trying to make a good show for the fans.
Absolutely,
too. Yeah. MCanning loves his fans.
He does. Loves them more than the game, honestly, and it's really admirable.
Sometimes to a fault.
Exactly. Could see it be his downfall here. Somebody holds one of his fans. Could be the tactic. Might be what's needed to stop this guy.
He's basically Superman. His only weakness are the people he cares about, and it's everybody. So.
He's just got such a big heart, and makes it easy to abuse for the foul souls in our community.
Also, Rob, his portrait in game is Harstem's face, but Rob is an NA player and Harstem is an EU player, so it actually does not give him any buffs.
Right.
So
exactly.
I think it actually hurts him in this case. Whereas MCanning, I think that's a carrier that he has as a portrait, and he plays Protoss. So I think that gives him. He's got like a 1 or 2% buff, basically just from that alone.
Yeah, it's the underrated part of the mind game. It's also got to look at what banners they have too.
Yep.
Makes a difference.
Yep. all of those things, and his spray is
the
spray as well.
right?
It's a Colossus.
Yeah, and I mean the gray face. I mean it's good, but it's no GLHF.
Exactly, and the gray face isn't a Protoss unit. So
exactly.
Until I can build gray faces as a Protoss player, I don't know if I feel it. We're going to Thunderbird for game number 2. Nice big map. Maybe we'll get some proxy shenanigans. I don't know. Let's find out.
Gonna be a good time down here.
Hell yeah, brother. In the top left, we got the red Protoss player trailing 0-1 in this best of 3. He is Rob.
Facing off against the streamer man himself from Chivo, it is MCanning. Looking to finish this out with a nice 2-0.
Pretty sick pickup for him and the Can fam.
Absolutely. Definitely wanting to keep himself alive here. You know, was talking on his stream about how excited he was, or how satisfied he was, you know, at being able to qualify. And, you know, talked a lot about the importance of setting realistic goals and then not letting that be the end of it, right? Talked about him qualifying last time and how that was something, you know, found it hard to continue after that, being motivated to practice as much.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the whole competitive side of things, man, it's absolutely brutal.
Absolutely.
And, but I gotta say, he's an inspiration to everybody. I mean, Rob's cool. He's a memer. But MCanning, I was on a little vacation. I spent a week up in Seattle before we got into everything here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was staying with some friends. And we all gathered around. We made the Ovaltine. Everyone sat in a huge semicircle, 180 degrees. We had MCanning stream up on the television. And we were watching him give this impassioned speech about working hard for your dreams and pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. And I think he fired a Remington into the air or something. And we all said to ourselves, God bless this son, this American boy.
Amen.
Carrying this country on his back and hopefully doing so in nation wars as well. Just a real treat.
What an American icon. It's rare to, you know, what a privilege to live at the same time as MCanning, you know, to be graced by his presence.
Be a legend in the history books. They say every time he smiles, a golden retriever is born.
Phenomenal. Magical. And now the cyber cores are done, so we'll start to actually get some information as to what these guys want to do. Once again, double stalker coming out from Rob against the stalker sentry of MCanning. MCanning definitely prefers going for that little safer start with that sentry. Gives him earlier access to that hallucination. Just standard stuff here. Robo facility coming down now for Rob.
Nothing crazy yet.
Yeah.
I mean, MCanning has a probe in a precarious position to do something if he wants. We haven't seen tech, like he gets the Nexus, but this could be like, maybe he's going to build Stalkers and try to play it cool defensively with like a probe ready to block for shield battery with that sentry.
Stalker found it.
Oh yeah, probe being found now. Yeah, that's not no bueno. Okay, so the possibility of a proxy is totally gone there. But Rob, that's a very forward pylon. I mean, that's like a...
Is this just 3-gate stalker warp prism? Is that just going straight for the throat here?
That's a thing. It is a thing.
Absolutely is. Expansion getting later by the second, so...
That was very popular in the Korean PvP. I think it... Was it at the start of this year? Maybe it was like end of last year?
Yeah.
But there was a phase where it was all 3-gate warp prism just... And MCanning cancels. He knows that shenanigans are afoot. He's going to start the batteries in his main, and he starts his own robo. And this is amazing for Rob because he's already invested into these units that he has, and he wants to try and use this battery a little bit. He's trying to hold on because losing the pylon is actually what he's worried about. He wanted to delay that because it's supply, man. Supply.
The supply is a little bit in favor of Rob. But MCanning, I mean, Rob, I think, has already achieved his objective here, right? He's canceled the natural base. Is there much of a reason to continue trying to fight this other than just ending the game? I think he's just going to go straight for the throat here?
No, he can do Prism Micro, but I think the smartest thing to do for Rob would be to try and expand behind this and then contain and just be smart about when he pulls back. So as the casters, we can see that Blink isn't being researched. So Rob can't really be caught if he tries to retreat. And obviously, he also has recall, but I love this. He's just going to chip away at MCanning. But right now is when you drop the Nexus. Right now is when you build the Nexus, if you're Rob, and then you secure this advantage with good micro.
Absolutely.
So that your opponent, like obviously if he builds a Nexus and then he loses all of his Stalkers, he's going to die. But that doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And Rob right now, still not doing so. Dropping a Robotics Bay on the backside of this. We have Disruptors already on the way now for MCanning, so we're going to have a lead in that front. They're going to be about dead even on Army Supply as we come out of this kind of natural main ramp presence from Rob.
There's an Observer though, so this gets a little bit tricky, right? Because even though he has the Disruptor on the way, that Observer that's sieged up right there, he's gonna see it. Like he's gonna have very clear vision of it, so he should. There should be like a 0% chance of him just getting caught randomly or caught blindly by this this Disruptor. If he hits a Disruptor shot in the middle of that, it's game over. Oh, I think he got a little too close.
Yep, a little too far there. So Rob going to take that out very nicely with a Disruptor of his own on the way back at home.
But Rob has kept the economy so even, though. By not trying to expand, by continuing to build these units, he's still leaving an option where a big play against the army alone could get him the game. Since he doesn't have Blink himself, it's very hard to push up this ramp against 3 shield batteries with an Immortal anchoring this. And the whole game has turned into a dice roll on whether he can land a good Disruptor shot. That's really what this is. And he gets a huge amount of Rob's advantage just went away there. Because you have to remember, the supply, it does say one thing in terms of it is significantly higher than MCanning's, but MCanning's got an Immortal, so it's like taking a head-to-head fight through the battery, it will just not work. And also that Disruptor has the potential to land another big hit. Because he doesn't have Blink, all he can do is pick up 4 Stalkers in the Prism.
Right. Exactly, and now Warp Prism available for MCanning can allow for more Warp Prism micro on his side as well. Survivability of his units just went way up, combined with those shield batteries as well. Okay, but here's the Disruptor from Rob.
Okay, well, gets one of the Stalkers. Oh, he's going to try and bring the Prism around the outside, That's why that Sieged Observer is so nice.
Ooh, gets picked.
That's a good grab. But now Rob is still aware. He's still watching that side, too. He's being cautious. Nope. Okay, he decides he doesn't want to lose the Disruptor. And he will have to wait on cooldown now, but still better than the alternative, I'll say that much.
Absolutely. Warp Prism health bars, so important for these fights, especially for the side of Rob. Okay.
Goodness.
3 Stalkers go down, 3 for 3 so far on these Disruptor trades. As MCanning continues to hold the high ground, bringing that Warp Prism back around again.
It's just silly that this contain has been held. Oh, MCanning going for the behind. No! Oh, no!
Great pickups for Rob.
Rob finally builds the Nexus, by the way. This is the best thing to do, because MCanning can't go down his ramp.
Yeah.
Losing one of those Disruptors was huge, but the fact that he can pressure MCanning back now with his own, like, this is just one of those games where you just wish you had Blink. So, goodbye, Sentries.
Wow. Yeah, this is just getting better and better for Rob now.
He picks up the ones that are actually in range. But the fact that Rob's now building a Nexus, as he's saying, he's like, okay, this isn't going to be one base forever for me. And that should be enough.
Yeah, you know, it forces MCanning to have to either take a really horrible fight, and that's really it. He has to either take a really horrible fight and try and break out and try and equalize the economy, or die slowly. Yeah, Rob, by getting that expansion, is really just kind of putting this game on a timer for the side of MCanning. As shot goes out, gets a couple more. I mean, not terrible here, but needs a lot more than that to be able to break out of this.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't see MCanning taking this.
Yeah, unless he would need absolutely miracle Disruptor shots.
He has to move down a ramp without Blink. Oh my god, he has to move down a ramp without Blink against a guy who has Disruptors.
Yeah.
No, he's just stuck. He's stuck.
Yep.
There is no universe where you get down this ramp.
Yeah.
And now Rob can at least move his probes over, and he should just build probes now. And what's this? He's gonna try and get a counterattack, which maybe he should have done with the first Prism, but
yeah, if he'd gone for that counterattack sooner, yeah, I think you're right. I think he would have been able to, maybe force one of the Disruptors to stay back at home or something like that. Ooh, disruptor trades.
Disruptor on disruptor action.
Nice job by Rob.
It's just so hard because he can't move down this ramp. He's just going to trade out. And Rob doesn't want to push up the ramp because a good disruptor shot on him will kill him too.
Yep.
He drops he brings the Immortal, and I really like that.
He recalled the entire army.
Finally forces a recall. This is really big if he keeps the Prism alive. Okay, that's really good. So now he can always threaten that. But Rob starts Blink, and I do think that that's where things start to get a little bit dicey because MCanning, how does he secure this natural expand in this situation? Oh, God. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh,
Okay.
Fancy footwork, Mr. Canning.
Not too shabby here. Takes down 2, and
He's still at half the supply of his opponent, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to try and paint some sort of...
yeah, no. The grim reality is that Rob is going to march across the map and
he's gonna
take
aim
he's going to take MCanning's lunch money.
Yeah, he's going to take all MCanning's quarters, unfortunately.
He's going to go to the arcade, have himself a great time.
That's why I'm glad my school did they gave us little ID cards that our lunch balance was on so kids could stop stealing mine. They look at your picture, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Some of us who got bullied for playing Brood War when we were 10 years old.
Yep, I got bullied for playing StarCraft too, so just same experience, different generations, you know?
Look at that, esports reaching across the ages. He's going to throw a YOLO shot and gets a Stalker.
Worth. Back to
It's
the
nice,
side.
but
Yeah.
he needs to land like 3 spread out disruptor shots and wipe the whole army instantly.
He needs to land the disruptor shots that would make a new MCanning disruptor video, and that's not going to happen. Rob.
Not this game. Maybe in game 3, because we're going to go there for our lower bracket match.
Yeah, still a lot of time here for MCanning. Potentially get some of those disruptor shots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what a game that was.
What a game. It was a game. It was a game.
It was a game of North American StarCraft.
I just hope Trenton Cannon's ball handling is better than MCanning's for that map tonight. That's all I'm thinking about now. But we're gonna go to map number 3. We just had a 20-minute one-base game on Thunderbird.
Yeah, what an
experience.
What an experience!
What a
that
thrill.
Was. Yeah,
Darkness and silence tonight. Just
man, it really, I'm gonna treasure that memory.
I'm gonna think about that game for the rest of my life.
Man,
I'm just waiting. Just give me the lobby. Just give me game 3. Just do it. Just give it to me. There's nothing more I can do to break that down.
That was just sitting outside of a base watching a player die slowly.
Yeah, it's not even like I don't mean it in any way to diss MCanning because the situation he got put into was really hard. Being contained, like that War Prism push on one base, is really hard, and the contain is just so difficult.
Yeah, it puts you in such a restrictive spot. You know, any mistake you make gets punished so severely. And Rob played it very well. You know, was very patient with his army movement. Definitely could have expanded earlier, but you know, didn't take any unnecessary risk. Built up the army he needed, landed the shots he needed to, and you know, the Disruptor God was not able to make it happen.
He took that one rough hit with the Disruptor, off of MCanning's first Disruptor, and then after that, he was he never got close to that ramp. He's never going to be in range of another Disruptor volley, and that is the reason why he was able to win the game. So we've got Acropolis for map 3. Nice, good, big ol' macro map.
Yeah, another potential map to get one player trapped in their main base for a while.
This is my favorite map to play Terran vs. Protoss on because it is the only map in this pool that you cannot blink into my main from the low ground.
Ooh, that's a nice relief.
Yeah, because it allows me to do things like not have to have 2 or 3 tanks in my main as I try to move out towards my third, because that's usually when I die on other maps.
Right.
But yeah, that's not going to happen in this game for either of these players. So
yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath, start to finish.
Oh yeah, well, this is going to be, it's like a Rambo sequel where MCanning is now out for blood. You know, it's going to be his Rocky redemption arc. Is where we're looking for him. But this guy tied it up in the bottom right. Did very well. Great build order in game number 2. He is Rob. Not to be confused with the old Nintendo robot of death that you could connect to your NES.
And facing off against his opponent up in the top left-hand side from Chivo, he is MCanning. To bring back the momentum, his own powers used against him.
He is on Team Chivo, by the way. We know the graphic is wrong. We love you guys in the chat.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see how does it get messy this game. I mean, it's PvP, so it's
Right.
pylon, gate, gas, gate, or gate, gas, gate.
Yep.
No.
And, you know, then we'll see probably a Stalker and a Sentry from MCanning, a Stalker from Rob. And, yeah, then we'll see Nexi come down, and then maybe we'll see a Tech if we're lucky. Maybe we'll see a couple extra gates before then instead.
Both of them like disruptors.
Yeah.
That last game was kind of a disruptor battle.
Yeah.
Maybe we see a longer game that's just a full-on disruptor versus disruptor warfare.
I wouldn't mind that. Some Blink disruptor play. That'd be fun.
Not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it at all. MCanning's put up a really good fight so far in all of his matches today.
Absolutely.
Rob struggled a little bit more against Estrella. Estrella comes in as a sleeper because he is one of the dankest memers in terms of builds and strategies we've had in WCS Challenger. But he doesn't quite have that personality flair that we see some of the other guys execute, you know?
Yeah.
Rob is a fun guy. He's the type of dude that will show up in your chat after he beats you and be like, sup, bruh? Whereas, of course, every time MCanning wins, there's fireworks and they go off everywhere and people are concerned. Where did they come from? But, yeah. This group was quite tough for both of these players, honestly. These two are the clear underdogs, but it's fun to see a nice little messy match between them.
Oh yeah, always fun to see them duke it out. And yeah, like you said, just almost the toughest groups possible that they could have gotten. I mean, with Future and Estrella here, I think both of those two.
There was no way Future doesn't.
No.
I say this, and I'm going to be proved wrong in the winners match, but there's no way Future doesn't win this group.
Yeah.
Was my first thought. But if Future was going, you know, if an NA Terran was going to choke as they always do, it would be against Estrella, because Estrella's going to do something weird. Estrella will do something weird, and he will probably upset Future now that I've predicted a win. But
yeah, and those two have been playing a ton online recently as well, and their record, I think, is like fairly even. I think recently it's been lopsided towards Future, but they've been just duking it out in almost everything. Like they played in NA Apprentice, they played in multiple different smaller online things. That Proxy Dark Shrine is underway for Rom.
He's proxying the gateway with it as well, I think.
The Twilight Council. Oh yeah, you're
yeah.
gonna have all three right there. Very cool.
Nice. And hey, you hallucinate a Phoenix and you don't see anything. You have to start asking yourself questions.
Yeah, got to start kind of running through the different scenarios here. Shield batteries coming down for MCanning.
Sometimes it's what you don't see that tells you the most. You know?
Profound.
Why do we have eyeballs when we can make such great calls without actually seeing anything?
You're exactly right. I mean, realize, right?
Amen. So Rob is going to do a little poke with these stalkers.
Yeah.
Either side has blink, so he should be okay. I mean, a well-placed force field could snag maybe one, but nope. He does not commit too far. And MCanning is going to build an Immortal. Warps in a few more sentries. But the dank shrine, it is about to finish.
It is indeed.
He should get an Observer after this Immortal.
He should. It would be very, very...
Didn't see tech.
Yeah, it would be very greedy to not.
He did not see tech in his opponent's base, so skipping would be catastrophic.
To say the least. So Stalker's moving forward now, looking to lead the way here. Ooh.
Oof, oof. Oh, wow. Grease pig.
Yeah, slipped right through his hands and used a lot of force field energy there. That means he's not going to be able to block off this ramp, but that Observer is out.
All right, so 3DTs are going to try and run past.
Ooh, there's the warp in. And
that's a big oof.
Yeah.
Loses everything.
Completely unscouted as well, other than the lack of other things happening, as you said.
He comes in and buys enough time for the Archon to shoot once, but yeah, no.
It's cute, but it is not enough, as 25 supplied to 8 in that army value. Rob in some trouble. Just to put it mildly here, in terms of tech, we have the robotics.
Leading 3 DTs like that was a bold move, to say the least. And now, the Stalkers, with this Immortal, if he goes straight east, he's going to find that. And killing all the tech here would be massive, because he is researching Blink at his proxy Twilight Council.
Honestly, can MCanning just kill him here if he just A-moved across the
map?
I
thought he could have done that in the other game, but he decided to wait 10 minutes to do it, so I'm going to say no.
Yeah, Warp Prism. Nice. Moves by Rob, using that line of sight blocker.
Rob's like, you want to try to do fancy pants micro on me, boy?
Ooh, Depths get up into the main as well.
Yeah, that's where this gets nice.
Yeah. This is
Oh, careful. Oh, he's got there's 2 probes that have no shields. That's not how this is supposed to go. Oh,
that's very sad.
I think he's looking somewhere else then.
Yeah, good cleanup by Rob, securing his 3rd Nexus now as well. And
He should have lost a lot more than that.
He absolutely should have. That should have been 6 to 8 workers there. So now going to have himself a nice window to potentially capitalize on that lack of damage dealt by MCanning, who is now moving across with that Disruptor. Blink's going to be able to finish up that proxy.
The Disruptor is the big part of this, because there's not enough Stalkers for them blinking-wise, I think, to chip away at everything here. The Disruptor is going to be the big clutch play. He wants to hold this high ground with that 3rd, that very greedy 3rd.
Yeah, so greedy, and right in the face, too. 4 shield batteries getting added on here. Will they be done in time to matter? As the first shots start to trade out, and the Nova goes wide.
Even if he gets it onto the Stalkers, remember, they do have Blink, so that's one really big thing. And you know, as a Protoss, you can tell that he knows he's had his hand caught in the cookie jar, that he dropped 4 shield batteries. He's like, all right, yeah, he's like, I know I'm reaching a little bit here. And he cancels all but 1, because he's like, all right, yeah, you're leaving me alone? Cool, bruh.
Yeah, he's like, all right. This works out really well for Rob. This 3rd base can be done, already done, already going to be saturated by the time MCanning's finishes up, who's now getting a Dark Shrine of his own, interestingly. Could be some nice harassment opportunities with that. As his main force continues to be stronger here, but without Blink, it's a weird proposition to try and move across the map with this. And Rob with the shield battery, I guess, staying pretty safe and moving out with these Stalkers, just applying some nice pressure, keeping MCanning back. And MCanning isn't really able to do much with this vastly superior heads-up army.
Yeah, this 3rd snipe is really huge. I mean, Rob's in a fantastic place this game just by virtue of his greed. With this aggression, like, yeah, no, should never go to that. Oh, that was good bait, though.
Okay.
Okay, MCanning. That's what I like to see. That's America's sweetheart right there.
It's the man himself. Making things happen, but
MCanning's like, don't you know I'm most powerful when my Nexus is at red health?
His trap card as, not quite able to get the snipe.
Units at red health is his specialty. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for it again.
Wants it.
Yeah, He's gonna look at these 3 DTs, the YOLO yeet DTs, just to try and kill this Nexus. He's baiting.
I respect
he's baiting.
it. Oh, this is...
He's gonna suicide the Stalkers to get this Nexus, yeah.
Oh, that's so sick. Yeah, Stalkers. Ooh, trying to recall.
Well, like I said, you can't blink out of this space, so...
Yeah, gets
recall's
you out.
Play. But
Very
now
nice.
you have poked the bear, and the bear is angry, and
yeah, and the bear is going to march across the map, right? I mean, resecuring its 3rd Nexus and
try and rip his face off is my assumption here.
Yep, Rob stocking up on Bear Mace.
Now, MCanning has a DT as well, and you can see he's locked. He's like, yeah, he's locked in time. He's like, all right, I'll claw my way out if I have to.
Rorschach, the Dark Templar here, they're locked in there with him as the fight continues.
Yeah, so the DT just keep hacking and whacking and smacking, as they say.
That is what they say. Dark Templar getting that natural base mineral line.
Disruptors, and only the Stalkers are going to be able to run. He blinks that one Stalker in front, I guess, for vision. Hits the Archon, that's big.
Yep. Okay, takes it out entirely. Continues to zone back this army, starting to work on the pylons, gaining ground slowly here. That Dark Templar is still doing work, but it looks like it's actually hitting the Nexus.
I don't think that was what he intended to go for, but
yeah.
I mean, if he gets it, then you know, well met to you, sir. But no, he's not going to kill a Nexus with 1 DT. It doesn't happen.
Absurd.
No, that if it was Zeratul, maybe. He does like 100 damage, and if you have all 3s on Log Artifacts, like 140 damage a hit or something, so he's pretty overpowered. But
yeah.
He doesn't have Zeratul. He's not in multiplayer, because that would be overpowered. Oh!
Oh my goodness!
You can't kill Observers and Disruptors, I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, just a little too tall.
MCanning having his own blink, though. That's what this is. That's why this game has gotten interesting. He's going to try and YOLO onto that Nexus, and then recall. I can feel it. But there's a Disruptor here.
Oh, okay. Immediately takes it out. Continuing to trade through here. just trying to buy himself space to escape.
He's
Big
caught.
blink up there. He is completely trapped. The Disruptors on the bottom side here starting to come around.
There's a snake in my boot.
Oh my goodness! Oh, brutal. Oh man.
Monster kill.
So sick from MCanning. Landing the shots finally. Been building us up for that.
MCanning has you know, it was all part of his grand scheme at the start, was to tease us a little bit and make it a little back and forth, make it interesting. Don't win too hard. You know, he's a perfect. Honestly, I'm just waiting for his special on WWE.
For real.
These shame shenanigans.
The showmanship here is truly coming to light.
And he is getting ready to give the people's elbow to Rob now. And of course, The Rock, being the greatest man on earth, says, "Of course, MCanning can use my moves. I love that guy." As we all know, Dwayne Johnson is actually a Tier 3 sub to MCanning.
Yeah, little known fact.
Yeah. If you look very faintly, you can see him standing off in that movie they just released, looking into the sun, draped in a flag. It's very easy to miss. It's only one frame.
Little Easter egg they threw in there as those stalkers get butchered on the front lines.
Yep. Don't kill your own stalkers trying to get a DT with the Disruptor. There you go. That's better.
Finally finds it, and MCanning coming back in, finds a Disruptor to start things off. That's a good start. Make a better blink.
Now he's going to bring his Disruptors up. Disruptor versus Disruptor. Now this can go either way very quickly, so gotta be careful, mate. Ooh. Gets a Disruptor with the Disruptor.
Okay, and MCanning coming out slightly on top so far. Disruptor's still just a little bit out of range as another Nexus now getting added on for Rob. The Observer's trying to spot this out, and MCanning desperately trying to get between those bases, trying to get in and restrict that as the Dark Templar does spot the Nexus going down. Charge finished up from MCanning to allow these Zealots to be a little bit better of an addition to this army, going to be able to get on top of those Disruptors, force the Novas to go closer to his own army, as well as, of course, just being very nice against Stalkers in general. See if that'll be enough to let him break through, as +2 is just about finishing up for him as well, with no +2 even on the way just yet for Rob, so that upgrade advantage is going to be massive.
I like the MCanning DTs. Gets a Stalker there, but you know it's a slow trade out when you're trying to play this war. Oh, by the way, that pylon from the start of the game. Got him. So these DTs want to try and deny this base. He kind of, maybe he was getting ready to micro it against Disruptors, but no. Finally, an Observer is here to deal with the DTs rather than having to throw Purification Novas. However, 2 DTs and 2 Zealot drop in the main could be devastating. I do love that both players are constantly just throwing DTs at each other and not really doing anything with them.
Yeah, it's a thought that counts, right? And they're sure thinking about doing awesome things, and they're trying their best.
Now here's what's interesting is we have random Disruptors out on the map by MCanning. So he's thinking about a world where he postures and pushes his opponent back into one of those Purification Novas.
That would be so sick.
Yeah, in like the middle. MCanning's already set up the 200 IQ PvP plays.
And now the drop unloading in the main base as well, forcing response warp-ins here as Rob is gaining the inside line on this base. Will be able to take this out.
Yeah, but of course MCanning has already thought about that. He's got DTs in the main, in the natural, and in the 4th base.
Yeah, doing so much work right now.
Just
19 workers dropping so far.
MCanning move. DTs everywhere.
Yeah, this is so sick. Dark Templar finally get cleaned up in that natural base, but still so much going rampant.
Oh wait, there's
main.
more. So these Stalkers are all going to blink back, and that's
the Disruptors!
Disruptors!
Oh, that is massive pickups for MCanning. How many Disruptors have you had left alive? 1 Disruptor with 1 HP left alive for Rob. That is all he has, and the dream and the clothes on his back.
Yeah, his Disruptors are not there yet either, though, so he's like, all right, I'll pull back for a hot second. But the fact that MCanning is going to be getting that +3 attack, of course, very, very nice, considering that Rob still at just +1. Like, in a head-to-head fight, Stalkers just ain't going to do as well.
Yep, they just ain't going to do the trick right here for these red Protoss players. Disruptors coming up.
Starting to chip away at him, too. Getting 1 or 2 here and there is going to be big.
Yep, starting to force out those blinks as well.
Guardian Shield's nice. There's only 1 Disruptor for Rob, so it just hurts. He's got more coming out now. Look at that. Oh, the sickest YOLO of YOLO blinks. How did MCanning get 2 Disruptors in his base?
How did that happen? Oh, well, won't be there for long.
He actually gets 2 Stalkers.
Wow.
Classic MCanning. What a rascal. What a rascal that MCanning is.
Just absolutely goofy here, as he's still just posturing, like still unable to actually end
you
this
want a
game.
Nexus? No. He didn't ask Mr. Dark Templar if you could build a Nexus here.
Not paying his fees, didn't buy a permit.
You gotta pay Uncle Sam to get past MCanning.
Canning moving forward says, I want you.
Dangerous.
Tries to take out that disruptor and is going to pay the price for it.
It was a very dangerous snipe attempt on that disruptor. I thought he was going to lose a lot more than what he did, but
yeah, that was very scary.
Still holds a nice supply lead against Rob. Most of it is in probes.
Yeah, 61 to 41 as the +3 weapons is now done for these stalkers and for the chart, for everything here. And Rob is pushing forward, starting to zone this back. That army supply still within 10, and with these disruptors, they can go either way in the blink of an eye. As they come down the ramp here, forces that blink.
Oh!
Ooh. Okay, good shots here. We've had 8 disruptors to 6, that current count.
Blood is drawn from MCanning.
Ooh, and one of the Nexus got killed on the other side, canceled.
Yeah, the DTs are really doing it because it's 3 base versus 4. So MCanning just has access to far more money. So Rob really wants to get on top of this base. Like that's his dream at the moment. That's his American dream. That photon cannon actually almost. Oh wow! Every disruptor killed in this position is monstrous. And he blinks forward and gets another one. Good dodge.
Okay, good moves by MCanning so far. Good target fires. He looks to move forward with that wave of charge slots as well. Okay, decent split, still loses 3 there as Rob starts to take this fight. Blink Micro is good without the disruptors here.
Rob has way more
fight.
stalkers, but MCanning has 11 disruptors. Let me just repeat that louder for the kids in the bag. 11 disruptors!
It's absurd. It's ludicrous. He can blanket half the screen.
It's never been done before.
Somebody stop this man! As the disruptor's trying to get that shot off, the stalker's winking forward, trading out. The +3 weapons doing so much, despite the numbers being really heavily in Rob's favor. A ton of stalkers here with this fight, 28 to 22. That current count as Rob reunites.
The thing is, MCanning can replenish his stalker count much faster than Rob can. So
yep.
Income-wise, he is dwarfing his opponent.
Yeah, and it's been dwarfing it for so long as well. It's invested in more production, in more facilities. Obviously, the upgrades, the most apparent one.
Ooh,
wow.
Though.
Wow. Okay.
There are ways to lose when you're this far ahead. Oh!
Beautiful.
Just give me all your air horns. MCanning's got a stream deck, right? I want to see. I want to hear them air horns. Every time.
The air horns blasting as Disruption Novas continue to trade out here.
Oh, barely not getting that one off.
Yeah. Okay, Rob is getting some okay hits here.
I like the charge zealots though, like mixing, he can get like maybe a little precarious position to warp them, but like the charge lots.
Oh my goodness! Okay, dead even in army supply once again, but the Stalkers making forward, going to be able to take down the last of those disruptors. So expensive to replace for Rob, as the Stalkers on the run, getting chased down by the charge lots. Will be able to stand tall here for a second. Second group of MCanning coming around the right-hand side.
Can you smell what the can is cooking? Ooh, good dodge.
Rob on the run. Will be able to escape safely, avoiding the RKOs. Coming out from MCanning. And now it's armor upgrades on the way from MCanning. He's continuing to just add on more disruptors. He's adding on cannons to help deal with any potential run-bys or any Dark Templar.
For like a finisher, I'm like, I don't even know. Like, should he just get Blink for his DTs and just yeet them all onto Rob's army?
I honestly wouldn't hate it.
Carriers, I'm just like, something to end the disruptor madness. Just build 3 Stargates.
Well, like with how much of economy he has, like I almost feel like you can just send a warp prism up to the main base and then just try and fight him and warp in straight up in the main.
That's a good idea.
Because he just has so much money to work with, and it's had it for such a long time, and it's still staying dead even.
He's gonna finally find the tech for his opponent.
That's a nice find. Doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah. Unless he decides that he suddenly wants to get charge or resonating glaives.
Oh wow, yeah, it doesn't actually have charge. That's interesting. I guess this hasn't really needed it, obviously. No Zealots really coming into play for Rob this
You don't
game.
normally build them with disruptors. MCanning's doing it because he's filthy rich.
Yeah, he just has so much money. And Zealot does eventually get cleaned up, but unpowered that stuff, so, you know, not really.
It's hard to beat MCanning when he's got access to the wealth of Fort Knox to resupply his entire army over and over again.
Yeah, like he's making such a ridiculous amount of money. He could replace this army in not a long time at all as the trades come through in the center. Rob backing all the way off here. It's a big blink forward.
So many DTs as well. And he's like, all right, well, if you want to deal with this, at some point he's going to be able to just right-click on the cannons as well and just burst those down. He's got so many cannons and batteries at his home bases.
Yeah, his static defense is really set up here. Rob desperately trying to defend this base with half the worker supply right now. Is desperate to defend any ounce of economy he can get going. The Novas buying some nice time so far, but now here comes MCanning. Not too many shots left for Rob.
It's like watching a man be slowly killed by being thwapped in the face with a spoon, you know?
It's just humiliating, and well, it's hard to watch. You know, the Dark Templar still doing so much here.
MCanning tried to make it look like Rob had a chance, but now now we're all just waiting. He's on the guillotine. We're just waiting for MCanning to press the lever, you know?
Ooh!
Woo! Doesn't even 20 supply. What's that? I'm still up almost 100.
Yeah, it's nothing to the mighty MCanning army right now. This is
What a game. What a show.
It's been going on quite the prolonged game here.
Just go to carriers or something. Just go to something that doesn't have to worry about the disruptors. Build 40 Void Rays.
Yeah, if you build like any Stargate unit, any high tier Stargate units, this game ends. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Instead, MCanning going to be staying on the disruptor tech, adding on some more charge slots with this. And we're going to be continuing to watch these guys posture in the center of the map for a bit, which is cool.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, get to see Novas go across. I mean, that's a pretty animation. Who's going to win the Super Bowl this year, Nate?
Anyone but the Patriots.
Amen.
Please.
Amen.
It's not.
Not the Patriots and not the Eagles. Anyone else I think I'm okay with.
Okay, well, I mean, that's okay. I got nothing against the Eagles. You are talking to the guy from Scranton.
Right. Listen, I got to rep my Cowboys, all right?
Okay,
beautiful.
this game's
That's
over.
That has to be it. Has to be it. If that is not it, this is ludicrous.
Yeah, well, you know, it depends. Because the refs may still find in favor of Rob, you know, if he turns out he's actually Brady, so.
Yeah,
some people just aren't allowed to.
MCanning might have deflated some of those Novas. We don't know.
We can't confirm or deny. He's dancing his stalkers. GG, kid. MCanning eliminates Rob from WCS Americas.
Sends him packing. Very
Sends
well
him
done.
home.
Yeah. With a invigorating series there.
It took a little while for him to drive the nail. It was like one of those movie fight scenes where like he's got the knife on him like John Wick style, and Rob actually just sat there and held the knife in his face for about 20 minutes, and eventually MCanning's like, okay, it's done, it's over. This is over. So MCanning has done it. He is still in the group though. He's not made his way out just yet. He will get another chance to face off against the loser of our winners match, which is going to be coming up next as we take another look at today's schedule for Group A. A stands for America. And that next series, we're going to have a Terran versus Protoss, sure to be a banger. It's Future going up against Estrella. We'll be bringing you that after this break. You're watching the World Championship Series. We'll be right back.